Hello and welcome to this rematch between Thunderspeaker and Habsburg. Last game we got punished by Habsburg. Maybe we got a little bit too overconfident, but let's see if we can do it better this time. Let's get the runner board.
Initial explore. Jungles. Turn 1. Grow phase.
So we have a similar situation as last time. We have a build in the coastal land here. I think we will try to do the same strategy. It was not the strategy that was the problem, I think, last time. It was rather that we had a lot of ravages coming up in the same lands. And we got a lot of light cascades and stuff. But let's try to do the sudden ambush to remove that build. Let's add it here, maybe here.
Play powers.
Let's play this one.
Fast powers.
And we can gather this one in here and destroy that explorer.
Build jungles. Explore mountains.
We have an explore here in mountains. Before that, did we have any migration? Yes, we did. We had this one in here.
Slow powers.
Now we are at slow phase and we can gather one Dahan, and we want to remove that Dahan for sure, but otherwise he will get slaughtered. I don't think we can do it any other way. Let's move him in here.
Turn 2. Grow phase.
So we will have a defense here and this will blight. Let's add 2 presence from the bottom track. One here, maybe one here.
Play powers.
Play everything.
Fast powers.
So we only have one Dahan in here, but that's okay. He will take 2 damage and then he will migrate in here and he will die. So that's a common trick against Habsburg, so that's no problem. Let's add a fence here, so that this Dahan doesn't die and we can do 2 damage here.
Event.
Invested aristocracy. We are at stage 2. If no blight was added, we are going to add a blight here, so that's no problem. In each land with beast, nothing here. Add 1 Dahan to a land with 2 more Dahan. We can add 1 Dahan here or here. Let's add it here. Okay.
Ravage. Jungles.
So we have a ravage here. This one takes 2 damage. And that should be it.
Build mountains.
And so we have a mountain build. And here we have 2 buildings. Then we have migratory. So we are going to migrate something in here, and then we can migrate this town. And he dies. Because he had already 2 damage from this ravage here. And here he lost his extra health. So he will just simply die. And nothing can migrate into this land.
Explore coastal lands.
And now we have a coastal explorer.
Slow powers.
So what do we have here then? Where do we want to do this manifestation? We could do it here, or we can do it here. It's probably the 2 options. If we do it here, we can prevent that ravage. But do we want to do that though? 1 more blight could be useful. Now we know that we have a lot of escalations coming up here. That will give extra towns. So that's kind of good to have 1 more blight. That is 3 blight, and we have 1 more blight spare before we get to flip the blight card. So maybe we should focus on killing this city then, because he's going to build here also. So that could be a good target. Can we get in? How much do we need? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. We need 3 Dahan basically. We have 3 push and gather, so that should not be a problem. We could simply gather those in here. And that could take care of that land. And then we have the other Furious Assault. That one we can use to kill a town somewhere. Can we get 4 Dahan in here? That's the question. We have only 3 Dahan over here. So it looks like we can only kill 1 town. Maybe we should kill this town instead then. That we can do for sure. That will kind of take care of that problem here. He won't have any neighboring towns, I think. Yes, maybe 1 town here. Oh, because the ravage is first, no problem. So we kill these guys, and then this explorer will die from the Dahan if we can kill that town. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's gather 3 in here. And that should be 3 Dahan also, and 3 presents going with them. And let's not push anything, we need everything in here. So we do 1 fear from manifestation and then 9 damage. And then we can put in 2 Dahan in here so that we can do lead a fierce assault. And which one do we want? We could either push these guys or we can push from here. Maybe. Not sure which is best. He's going to build here. Let's take this one. We can spread out a little bit so that we can see where we want to do our targeting next turn. So that was lead a fierce assault, and then we should be done.
Turn 3. Grow phase.
So now let's hunt for some powers. Rain of Blood, Elemental Boon, Savage Mobbeast, and Call to Migrate. Now I'm usually looking for 0 cost card at this point. We know that turn 3 is our weak point here. And we usually don't get to play much here. So we are looking for 0 cost card. Now this is actually good with an animal and air. 0 and this is fear, so I kind of like that. Others are, this one is kind of good, but we do have already a lot of push to hand powers, so I don't think it will be necessary. This one is better with 0 cost, I think. But what we really need is some defense, but we did get a defense card here. Yeah, I'm going to take this. It's not our elements, well, it's kind of is our elements with the animal, but yeah, I'm just taking it for the effect there. Defense 6 is so good.
Play powers.
And let's see, here we are going to play. Do we want to play it now? We could do defense here, possibly, if we can move in presence here. But I don't think we need that. I don't think we want that either, because 1 blight here is good for the escalations. So let's not play this for this turn, it is for later. Let's play Rain of Blood. And I think that is all I'm going to play here. Since we are not doing manifestation, I don't really need any elements, I don't need to move around the Dahan that much. Let's just keep them for later. Yeah.
Event.
Coastal towns multiply. Add 1 town to a coastal land adjacent to a coastal town. Do not have any coastal towns, fortunately, so that's great. On each board, destroy 2 explorers among land with beast. Excellent. And then we have on each board, add 1 Dahan to a land with Dahan and no blight disease. So that is 1 Dahan here or here. Let's add it here.
Fear.
Mimic the Dahan. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with 2 or more Dahan. Great, so we can remove this explorer, and well, that doesn't really do anything, he would die anyway. Okay, but he is removed.
Ravage. Mountains.
So this is ravaged.
Build. Coastal lands.
And he builds here and then he migrates.
Explore. Sands.
Now we have an escalation, and that's 1 more town somewhere, and then he explores. So the escalation is after exploring. So first he explores and then we have to escalate. Probably wanted a town here, where we have the Han.
Slow powers.
And Rain of Blood. Do we have a target for 2 buildings? We have here. So that's 3 fear. And then we have this one. We can gather 1 Dahan. Let's gather this one in here.
Turn 4. Grow phase.
So we have our wave of immigration turn here. So there is going to be more buildings. But now we have a strong turn here. We can add 4 energy. And we can either go top track or bottom track. If we want to play something fast, we go top. Otherwise, we go bottom. We could go bottom here to reclaim Rain of Blood, so it's not wasteful. But do we need something fast is the question then. He's going to ravage here. That we can defend. 2, 4, 5, and he has 2 extra, that's 7, that's okay. We have defense 6, that's really good. If we can get a presence in here, well, we have a sacred site here also, so that's no problem. So this is taken care of, and he's going to build 2 towns here. So we probably want to do the manifestation in this land. He's also going to move in 1 town from the build migration. So that's going to be a lot of towns here. So we can play this one in slow phase. We probably don't need to do anything in the fast phase here, I think. This is taken care of, this will be in a slow phase. The other are no problem. So let's go bottom track this turn. Let's add it here. We're going to need a lot of ammunition here.
Play powers.
And then we can reclaim this from that track here. And we can play Nature's Resilience. And we want to play Manifestation. And then something more. We don't need more defense. We need Voice of Thunder, possibly. If we do that, we get a sun, so that we can do this effect. And then also we have push up to 4. The Han, that could be very useful to kill 2 towns somewhere.
Fast powers.
So let's defend 6 here to start with, and then let's see what happens.
Event.
We have temporary truce in lands with the Han and buildings do not participate in ravages. That is not going to affect us. In each land with beast, 1 damage per beast, that does nothing. For each board, 1 fear if any Dahan is in land with buildings. They are, so that's 1 fear.
Fear.
Panic. Each player adds 1 strife in a land with beast, disease, or Dahan. So that's 1 strife here.
Ravage. Coastal lands.
So we have defense here, so nothing happens here. And then we go on to the build.
Build. Sands.
We have 2 towns here, and then he migrates. So let's move 1 of these towns in there. Which one do we want? Maybe the healthy one. So that's migration in here. And then what we have?
Explore. Mountains.
We have another escalation. And we have a mountain explorer. The explorer is first. Let's add 1 explorer here and here. And then we have an escalation and a wave of immigration. And we can add 1 town here from the escalation.
Wave of immigration.
Then we have a coastal city somewhere. Add it anywhere. And then we have 3 towns, and they are going to be here, here, here. So where do we want a city? Probably in this land where we already have invaders. Yeah.
Slow powers.
So now we have a manifestation, and how many damage do we need here? We need 21. That's a lot of damage, but if we can get in maybe 5 Dahan and 4 presence, that will be 20 damage. How much do we need? How much can we produce here? We can push in 2 Dahan and gather 2. So we could possibly get in 2 presence and 2 Dahan with just this power, and then we can, if we want, push even more. That should be no problem. And then we also have Lady Fury's Assault. Where do we want to do that then? Well, we could kill those towns here maybe that are not healthy. If we can push those Dahan in here. We should be able to do that. That should take care of everything except maybe that explorer. So let's see, we gather 2. Let's gather as many as possible because this land is kind of useless right now. And then we can push 2. So let's push these guys. Let's add those presents. So that is 20 damage. Yeah, let's do that. 1 fear. And then 20 damage should take care of the towns. I mean, we could also save that town with the strife. It doesn't really matter, I think. He's going to ravage here. He will have extra damage, so that's a bit unfortunate. But either way, he would have 2 damage or 3 damage here. But let's continue with our plan here. Let's push up to 4 Dahan in here. And I think since he might light here, we might want to move this Dahan or the presence with us here. And then let's destroy those towns with Furious Assault. Maybe we can take care of that explorer with the fear card or the event.
Turn 5. Grow phase.
Or we can simply just defend it with words of warning as an option. Yeah, maybe I should do that, just because I don't want this Dahan to die. So here we have some interesting options. Maybe we could go to second growth option. We get 2 energy plus 2, that's 4. We can reclaim this and play words of warning and rain of blood. That is the greedy option. It seems like it could work. We just need 3-4 air to do it fast. We do get 2 sun and 1 fire for this power. Yeah, so let's try that. Let's add 2 presents. Let's add it where we have Dahan. 1 here, maybe 1 here.
Play powers.
We can reclaim this guy and play like that. That seems powerful.
Fast powers.
So the question is, do we want to defend here? We also have this guy that is ravaging. Don't need to necessarily worry about this guy. Maybe we'll just kill the city with manifestation, and then we can kill some towns maybe with this diffuse assault. Question is, do we want to do something in the fast phase? He's going to build here. This one will migrate in here. So it's kind of good maybe to do manifestation here or kill that city. This guy is going to defend here, I think, to prevent that Dahan from dying. He has extra damage, that's why he has a lot of towns nearby, so that's 3 damage coming in here. I think I will wait with this to the slow phase. That seems like then I know what's going to happen. We have a lot of fear cards and a lot of event here that could change things. Let's wait with that to the slow phase.
Event.
War touches the island shores. So we got this event last time and now we get it again. And I think this was the event that made us lose in the end there, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what this going to do. He's going to ravage here. And that is going to add a blight, but we will get rid of that city then, most likely. Well, we're definitely going to get rid of it because of reclaimed territory. This pushes 1 Dahan and that does 1 damage. So even if you get a major card that only has 2 energy, we can kill that city with that last effect. So that city is gone and that's great news. We also is going to reach fear level 2 then. So that seems like a good idea to allow the attacks. I also cannot afford to not do that. Cost 1 energy here, so let's allow it. Let's see to get 5 energy, so that's 5 damage. So let's see what happens in what order here. Deals energy damage to invaders. And that town is also going to die because now we are adding a blight. Let's see what this is. Add once a blight to a land adjacent to a blight. That is each invader's phase. So that's next turn. Yeah, so this blight is added here and then that town dies. And then what we have on each board, push 1 beast to an adjacent land without blight. And 1 fear. Each player may push 1 Dahan to an adjacent land doing 1 damage there. So we can take care of that build. Excellent. Let's push this Dahan in here. And this can follow. This is turning out much better than the last game. So we did allow the attack, and now we have 3 level 2 fear guard.
Fear.
Defend 6 in all coastal lands. Well, didn't need that. Invaders do not build cities. Okay. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with beast, disease, or at least 2 Daha. So we can remove an explorer here, or we can remove this town. Well, let's remove this town then, because he's going to ravage. No longer. And then we have in each land with badlands, beast, and other stuff adjacent to 3 of such most token, defend 5. But we had enough defense here already, so it doesn't really matter.
Ravage. Sands.
This will die, and that's everything that happens here.
Build. Mountains.
So we have mountains here, and then we have a migration.
Explore. Wetlands.
And now we have an escalation, and we still have only 4 blight. That is 1 town somewhere, and also we have an explorer here and here. Where do we want to add a town? Maybe over here.
Slow powers.
Now what do we have? We have first Rain of Blood. We don't have to think much about this. We don't have any land with 2, unfortunately. So we only get 2 fear. And then we have manifestation. We still have this land here. We could also defend there maybe. We are going to want to move those Dahan and kill 1 more town. We're almost winning here. We only need to remove these 4 town. Maybe we can even win in the fast phase next turn. We can take care of 2 towns this turn, 1 with manifestation, 1 with furious assault. And then in the fast phase, if we can play this fast, we can destroy 1 more town, probably. So that leaves 1 town, and he's going to ravage in mountains, and we can just defend this. Yeah, this should work. Let's kill 2 towns. Let's kill this guy with manifestation. 1 fear and 16 damage. Should be enough. And then let's try to kill that town. And let's move in. We can gather 4. Let's do that. Let's gather these in here. Let's move these with us. And then we can push 2. How many do we need here? We need 4 Dahan if we're going to kill that town. So let's just push 1 Dahan. Maybe we need it here then, because we are going to do the Furious Assault here. Next turn here. But this turn we will do Furious Assault here and kill that town. Yeah. And now we are at turn 6.
Turn 6. Grow phase.
So let's see here. We only need to do lead the Furious Assault to kill that town, and then we can do some defense here with Words of Warning and defend here. and that should be all the towns. And so we should be able to get 4 air, I think, if we reclaim. We don't have that much energy though, so we have to plan a bit here. We need 3 air. That's no problem, we do have that. And then we need 2 sun. Yeah, we can produce that, but we don't have any fire. So what we need is a card here with fire, I guess. And we also need air. If we can get a card with fire and air, we have 2 energy, so that's no problem. But we need fire. Or we can do sudden ambush, voice of thunder, and rain of blood, but then we don't have any defense. That we need also. And we need 2 sun. Yeah, so we kind of need. Yeah, let's see what we can find here. Let's grab some miners. And let's see, we need fire. This one will do just fine. We have an air and a fire. That is what we need. I don't think we need anything else, but let's see, we take one more just in case. And what do we have then? Well, nothing spectacular. Let's take this one.
Play powers.
So we need Flesh Rot Fever, and then we need the 2 sun cards. And that should be enough to do this fast, yes.
Fast powers.
So this we will play here. And then we will just get, we need a lot of the Hun in here. Let's move 4 the Hun in here. Should be enough for this guy to kill that town. I think that's it. Now we just need no event or fear that prevent this ravage. Otherwise we are good.
Blighted Island.
And here we need to add a blight, or we can just simply destroy 1 presence. Let's destroy 1 presence.
Event.
And we are here. Dissolution threatens. Destroy 2 presence, add 1 wilds in place of each. Yeah, why not? Let's move 2 more presence. And then destroy 2 explorers among lands with beast. During ravage, they deal the damage at the same time. That's okay. That's no problem. We already had that. Let's move on.
Fear.
Each town destroys, nothing happens. Each player adds 1 strife. Strife here then. So yeah, that's it.
Ravage.
Now
Mountains.
we have a ravage, and we can remove this guy. And that should be it. All towns are dead, and we got our revenge against Habsburg. Excellent. Now we only have Russia left to beat with this spirit. If you're up to it, see you then. Bye for now.